Hey guys, I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Jeff Bone. My channel is UTV Off-Road. I tried to find every conceivable name I could find to make it a pretty good channel, a good channel name or whatever. I looked up everything I could find on YouTube or whatever, and so I decided to just go with UTV Off-Road. That kind of simplifies things, makes things a little basically, it's just a good gist of what we got going on. You see behind me here is my side-by-side or UTV or however you want to call it or whatever, and we are just a family-oriented channel. I will say that this is not a Can-Am channel. It's not a Polaris channel, a Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, whatever. This is a UTV channel. We're gonna do some all of it, okay? And we are not partial to any one brand. And with that said, I will say this right up front, guys. I wanted a Polaris Pro XP. However, I just didn't want to spend $30,000+ for a side-by-side. My last side-by-side was a Polaris. I started buying Polaris back in 07 or 08 when they first come out with the first one. I bought one, I bought another one, and about every year or two we would trade and get something all the way up to I want to say 2013. My last one I bought was a 2012 Polaris 900 XP, and I had close to probably $27,000 or $8,000 in that car, and spent a lot of money on suspension, lighting, wheels, tires, tire carrier, all kinds of stuff. The car had everything. I mean, for a 900 to be, spend $27,000 on a 900 was, the car was a nice car. I came home from Busco one weekend, and when I come home a couple days later, somebody had broke in my shop here and decided they wanted it worse than I did, and helped herself to it. We never found the car, so I lost my can. I really did. I had a lot of money tied up in it. I did have the car insured, but it didn't pay me half of what the car was worth, and so I lost. And so we got out of the side-by-side market, waiting for it to change up a little bit. I knew from some friends in the industry that some big things were coming down the road from Polaris. And just was really looking to try and get a car with more horsepower. I think that car had like maybe 89 horsepower. And for 2012, that was pretty good back in the day, because there wasn't no such thing as a turbo back then in them days. So we got out of it, got involved in the Harley Davidsons. We ride Harleys quite a bit, and I got 3 or 4 Harley Davidsons, and I was able to acquire this car behind me by trading a Harley Davidson on the car. I bought the car from Twin County, I think was the name of the place, out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Friend of mine works over there. I normally, will tell you right up front, I normally buy everything that I ride from Performance East in Goldsboro, North Carolina. But at that particular time, with this coronavirus and mess going on, there just wasn't anything on the lots. The Performance East had sold everything. I mean, everything they had. Everything that I would have been interested in anyway. They still had some stuff, but it wasn't anything I was interested in. But I've been buying from Performance East for, gosh, I don't even know, man. I think maybe I bought my first one from them in '92. And I've been buying from them ever since. Travis Weeks, I consider one of my closest friends. He's one of the owners over there at Performance East. His brother Stuart, his daddy Neil, the Weeks family, the whole family, Miss Mary, everyone, all of them, they're just great people, man. I've been buying from them, like I said, since about '92. So just about everything my kids have had, everything I've had since the early '90s has come from Performance East of Goldsboro. And if you live in the eastern part of North Carolina, or any, matter of fact, like any part of North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, or whatever, they're worth a trip to go check them out. But this particular car did not come from there. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of feel a little guilty about not buying it from them, but they didn't have anything. They were sold out. They probably had one of the best years they've ever had with this COVID mess coming in. And I say more power to them, man. Those guys are knocking it out over there. They got a brand new dealership. And I think the world of the people that work there. The mechanics are good mechanics. They got good people in the back, good people in the parts department. Jamie, some of the other guys there at the parts counter or whatever, they're just really good guys. They're willing to help you go above and beyond to try and help you with any and everything you need over at Performance East in Goldsboro. But I just happened to be in Rocky Mount, and I was looking, and they had this car on the floor. It's a 2017 Maverick X3 XDS. It is the 64-inch version. It has 154 horsepower, and in my opinion, 154 is plenty. Do I want more? Yeah, everybody does. Ain't no need for me to sit here and tell you that I don't want more, because I do. But in order to get more, I'm going to have to spend about $2,500. And right now, that 154 is a whole lot more than the 87 or 9 that I had in my Polaris XP in 2012. So I'm kind of enjoying it. There's things about the car I don't like. There's things about the car I'm on the fence about. There's things about the car that I just really like. And I'll try to go over some of all that. But right now, guys, I want to thank you for viewing my channel. This is my first video, like I said. And we're going to go over some things here and show you basically what the little oddball stuff that I've done to my car since I bought it. And kind of just go from there. Some things I want to do. Some things I think need to be done. I think this car has things done to it that, in my opinion now, as a consumer, I think these things needed to be done. You know what I mean? I've kind of handled the necessity stuff other than the cage. I'm a firm believer in it needs a cage, okay? Because there's some thin wall metal on this cage here, and I really want a cage. And UTV Source has the cage that I want, and I do some business with them, so I'm probably going to be getting a UTV Source. I think it's the Badlander cage, I think, and I seen a video with that cage on a 64-inch car just like this one, and man, it's a good looking car, okay? Comes with the doors, everything. Not cheap, about 16, 17, might even be $1,800, I don't know, but somewhere around the $1,600 to $1,800 price tag for that cage with the doors and everything. And I think I'm right about that. I might be wrong. I don't really know, but I'm close. But that cage, it's a Badlander or something like that. Anyway, UTV Source, check them out. They've got some great stuff. I bought a set of wheels for this car from them. I was able to get them cheaper from them than I could anybody. I paid $200 a piece for the wheels that are on this car, and I really like them. The first thing I noticed when I bought the car is that when I got the car, I was trading in a Harley Davidson motorcycle, okay? I had not a lot of money really tied up in the bike, and I knew what I needed to get out of the bike. I had been trying to sell it, and I hadn't had a whole lot of luck trying to sell it because it was a newer motorcycle, and some things that I had done to it were really, really nice stuff, and so I knew what I needed to get. So when I went over, I wanted to buy the Polaris Pro XP. You know, I was trying to get as much for my money as I could. The Polaris was pushing 30 grand with dynamics and everything, and I just refused to spend that kind of money. And I had told my wife, I made a promise to my wife when I went to Dundas that I wouldn't finance anything. I didn't want to come home with another payment. She and I trying to get some stuff paid off in our, our later years of our marriage. We've been together right at 30-some years, and I just made a pact to her that I wouldn't finance anything. If I couldn't, come out a deal really good, I wouldn't do the deal. I'd come back with the bike, and I come out of the deal smelling like a rose, to be honest with you. This is a 2017. I got a roof in the deal. I got a set of EFX Motoclaw tires, 30-inch, 10 by 14 in the deal. I got a set of lower doors in the deal from Can-Am. I got a set of fender flares in the deal. The fender flares and the doors had to be ordered, so I had to go back maybe 7-8 days later and pick the fender flares and doors up once they come in. But all of it was included in my deal. The seismic mirrors that you see behind me. I really like the mirrors. I will tell you that. I like the mirrors. They break away. They got a breakaway function on them. I like them. I've pinched the car in between some trees since I've been riding it. The mirrors done their job, man. They broke away just like it was supposed to, went right back. You know, nothing, no problem at all. So I have some things I've done to the car is I've put on a rough country light bar. This is a 40-inch. You can see it behind me. I'll duck out the way there so you can see behind me there. That rough country light bar, it is curved. I got the bracketry to go with it and everything. I think the light bar was about $350. The bracketry was about $80. And with the deal and everything I got from Performance East, I think maybe I paid about $335, $345 for the entire package. I come home, wired it all up myself, done the install. It took me maybe 3 hours, I guess. But I like the light now. For that light bar in a rigid, you're gonna pay $1,000, $1,200, okay? I think it's got 46,000 lumens. It's plenty bright. I'll walk over and just show you briefly. The light's pretty good. It casts a bunch of light. I am not dissatisfied with this light at all. I really like the light. And it comes with a cover. Comes with a cover. It's got a cover that goes on the light. So when you're traveling down the road or whatever, it keeps rocks from flying up and hitting your light, your glass on your light. And most time I ride with the cover on it during the day because it keeps the light protected. You know, you don't have to worry about rocks flying up and breaking your glass or whatever. So rough country, I think it's 46,000 lumens, 40-inch light bar, and I did the heavy duty rough country rocker switch. I think I paid maybe between $335 and $350 for the light, the brackets, the switch, everything. I mean, it's a $20 switch, you know what I mean? So I did pretty good. Performance East, they looked after me. Jamie, thank you, buddy, I appreciate it. Them guys over there at Performance East in Goldsboro, they're great to deal with. But I bought the car from Twin County, and that's simply because Performance East just didn't have anything on the lot, and I was ready to ride, you know. And they couldn't get nothing. I mean, the UTV, ATV industry right now with this COVID mess, it's gone through the roof. Sales have gone crazy. I mean, even used stuff, people are getting more money for used stuff than they paid for, you know. And I mean, it's crazy where the industry's headed right now, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's been a while since I've been in the UTV industry. I was in it from the time I was 4 or 5 years old, riding motorcycles, go-karts, and everything else up until I had something to ride every year. And my youngins always had something to ride, just because it was just a good family outing, you know what I mean? And back in 2013, I believe, when my unit got stolen, we got out of it. We kind of got into the Harleys. My son's Harley sitting over here to the left. He's got a 100th anniversary Fat Boy. And but we've got 3 or 4 more Harleys, and it's in another shop here at the house. But we just love to ride the Harleys. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the new CVO right now. And as soon as they come out for the 2021 CVOs, I'm gonna buy me one of them. And because my wife and I love, and like I said, I'm gonna tell you right up front, nothing rides like a Harley Davidson Road Glide. Okay, just if you ain't rode a Road Glide and you're a Harley Davidson guy, go ride one. Go try it. Go check it out. I guarantee you'll buy it. If you can afford it, you'll buy one. It rides so good. But anyway, back to this. I don't want to get sidetracked on that. Harley Davidson, man, I could make 20 videos on Harleys. I love them so good. But back to this right here. We in the deal, I traded the bike I got the roof, the doors, the fender flares, the seismic mirrors, roof, the doors, seismic mirrors, the fender flares, and something else, a storage container, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, I got several things included in the deal because, you know, it helped the sale of it or whatever. And they looked out for me. Tweed County looked out for me. I can't thank Richard Holland enough for taking the deal. When I actually walked in, the guy wouldn't even talk to me. He looked at my motorcycle and he said, "Man, we can't even get rid of a bike like that." And I was like, "Well, why not? Everybody that walks up here in the past 10 minutes is just about fell out over it, you know." And Richard come out and he saw me. "Hey man, what's going on?" I'm like, "Well, this guy don't even want to talk to me about trading." He's like, "What are you trading?" I said, "That black motorcycle right there." And he was like, "Oh my God, let's get this deal done," you know. And he took it on and traded me out of it. It was a good deal for me, good deal for them. They kept the bike 4 days. 4 days. They kept the bike 4 days and sold the bike. I felt like it. To be honest with you, it surprised me. It stayed there 4 days. But anyway, back to this. Oh, I got the tires. I was talking about the tires. The tires are the EFX Moto Claw tire. Now, I never knew anything other than the Maxxis Bighorn, okay? Because back when I was riding side-by-sides, Bighorn was a tire, okay? And I was really fond of the Bighorn, man. I loved them, okay? And but then they changed the Bighorn to the 2.0, and it just seemed to me like when they changed it to the 2.0, the sidewall got thinner, and people started getting pinch flats and this and that and everything else, and it was just, the Bighorn's a great tire for general purpose riding, okay? But there are better tires out on the market now for general purpose riding, and I'm a firm believer that this EFX Moto Claw is a better choice, okay? I had heard some things about them from some guys I know that have a channel called Razor Dreams that were out of Goldsboro Air Force guys. One guy's a pilot and the other guy's like a captain or something, was higher up on the base or whatever. Two great guys. Family-oriented channel. If you like riding side-by-sides or whatever, go check them out. Razor Dreams is the name of their channel. Two great guys. They were all the time talking about the EFX Moto Claw tire. And I was like, well, you know, maybe I'll get ready to get me a side-by-side. I'll look into getting me a set of them Moto Claws, just see how I like them. I don't do really a whole lot of extreme riding. When I say that, I mean like Moab or serious rock crawling in Tennessee or North Carolina mountains or anything like that. I ride general purpose trails. I ride Busco Beach. I ride Buckleberry Farms. I ride, you know, places, a couple of other little places in Virginia. I ride the Hatfield McCoy trails and stuff. And for me, personally, a general purpose tire to take care of everything I want to do. So I needed a really good general purpose tire. This unit come with a 28-inch tire. It had 28 by 9s on the front and 28 12 by 14s on the rear. I think there were 28 9 by 14 fronts and 28 12 by 14 rear. Well, with that said, the rear rims had more, they were deeper. They were still 7-inch wheels, but the offset was different than it was for the front rim. Well, when I got the tires, they swapped them out for me, and it just made the tail end of the car, with the 10-inch tires all the way around, it just made the tail end of the car look like you had squished it in. And because it was used to having a 12-inch tire back there, it just killed it. It actually had the tire probably about a ½ inch from the trailing arm. The inside of the tire was about a ½ inch from the trailing arm. And I was like, man, this is getting kind of close. And then when you stand behind the car and look at it, it was like the front end of the car was out here, the back end of the car was here. And the track was off. It didn't ride weird. It just, the appearance of it was wrong. So I decided that I would buy a set of wheels So I got to looking and found a set of the Fuel Vector beadlock wheels, the 920, and put them on. They were a 5+2 offset, and that straightened the track right out. It gave the front wheels with the same offset, the back wheels with the same offset. Now the track on the car is perfect. The back wheels are out with the front wheels. I'm 66 inches wide in the back, 66 inches wide in the front. The car tracks perfect. So that was a major upgrade. Now I hear a lot of people talking about, well, what's the first thing you should do when you buy a side-by-side? What's the first upgrade? Well, I'm a firm believer if the car don't have good seatbelts in it, get you a set of harnesses and put in it. We're talking about safety. It's life. It's a life thing, okay? Keep yourself safe so you can ride again. You know what I mean? Look after your passenger. Your people, man, you gotta take care of them, okay? I love to have a roof. I love to have a good set of wheels and tires. And I am a super advocate of aftermarket cage. Now, I have not put an aftermarket cage on this car yet, but I fully intend to. UTV Source offers a cage called a Badlander, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a good-looking cage. I've seen the 64-inch car like mine with that cage on it and the doors that come with the cage and everything, and it's a good-looking setup. So that'll be what I'll be doing when I get ready to do my cage. Just some things that I think need to be done. The door handles. Why do you have a $25,000 car sitting here and you have a freaking strap for a door handle? I mean, yeah, I understand that the manufacturer's got to cut costs somewhere, but it's a freaking strap, okay? It's a freaking strap. Now, I've been told, I seen a post the other day on one of the forums on Facebook where a guy said, guy asked, hey, look, man, I'm looking for door handles for my X3. What's some of the stuff you guys recommend? And one dude come up there and said, oh, you want to be a princess. It's a door handle. Strap's good enough, whatever. Well, it ain't really about what you think, man. It's about, that guy is asking for an opinion from some people out there that he don't particularly like it being a strap. I didn't particularly like it being a strap. And so I upgraded mine, you know what I mean? And that don't make me a princess. I think it's a very functional piece, and I think it's something that, Can-Am should, that's just one of the things. I tell you, I liked some things, I didn't like some things, and things I was on the fence about. A strap for a door handle is ridiculous. Put a freaking handle in it, you know what I mean? It's a $25,000 car. So, look after your consumer and put a door handle in it that's decent. So I looked online to see what I could find, and I went with the Hess. Hess Motorsports offers a really good handle. I'll show it to you over here. I'll show you what I've got here. I'll come on this side of my car and go in right here, and I'll show you that right here, that's what I got on mine. Now, all you got to do is just like that right there. It works perfect every time. It's made out of high quality aluminum. It's a really nice handle. And something else that I've done, and I'll show you this, is I put the gas shocks. I put the gas shocks on my doors. So now when my doors open, you can see that door flies open. It's nice. I like the gas shocks, okay? But anyway, let me put this back up here. Set this back up here so we can get this. And bear with me, guys. Like I said, this is my first video, so I'm trying really hard. But I'm just gonna kind of go over some things that I've done that I felt like were necessary. I put the grab handles in. I did not go with the strap grab handles. I went with the nice aluminum grab handles like you can buy off Amazon. Firm believer, and that's some of the best money I spent. I use them every time I get in and out of the car. So I've done a roof on my car. I've done the lower doors, Can-Am lower doors on my car. I've done the fender flares on my car. I put a set of Fuel Vector D920 wheels, beadlocks, on my car. I'm a firm believer in beadlocks. I don't ever want to be without beadlocks, simply because I've been in too many situations where I did not have beadlocks, pushed a tire off a wheel, and it's a nightmare to try to fix on the trail. If you don't have straps and air and everything else, it's just aggravating, and it's happened to me a couple of times. So since it's happened to me a couple of times, I started using beadlocks. I ain't never been without beadlocks. So if you're not a beadlock person, by all means, you know, I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but it happened to me enough that I'm not going to be without beadlocks, me personally. If you're running lower air pressure, I feel like beadlocks is a must. The fuel vector wheel, man, I think it's just a dynamic looking wheel. It's got extra holes in it, so if you mess up a hole, you can actually twist the ring and fix it and move it to the next set of holes. It's a very, very good wheel. Back to the MotoClaw tire. I posted on a video on a forum on Facebook. I don't even know, it was a Can-Am forum or something, and about the tire. I just want to talk to you a little bit about the tire. Now I know some of you may say, "Oh man, that MotoClaw tire, it ain't nothing. It ain't this. It ain't that." Well, first off, let me say this: it's a general purpose type of tire. It's not a rock crawling tire. It's not a mud tire. So if you're into the mud riding, it's not the right tire. If you're into rock crawling, it's probably not the right tire. However, I do think it'll probably get you by. I've been in mud, and it has worked well for me. Now, I recently got stuck in a mud hole that was kind of, I thought it was just a little splash mud hole. Couldn't find out the mud hole was about 4.5, 5 foot deep. And I still like to got out with the MotoClaw tire, okay? I didn't. I had a young fella come by with his family, 3 kids or whatever, side by side, hooked up to me, pulled me right out. So I will be getting a winch. I want a winch ain't something you use every day. You won't use it every time you go riding, but when you need a winch, you need a winch, okay? Because nothing else is going to get you out. Unless you've got friends with machines that can hook a strap to you and pull you out. If you by yourself, you ain't getting out. So I've always had a winch on everything I've had in the past, and this machine here will be getting a winch soon. I will be going with at least a 4,500 pound winch, if not a 5,000, just simply because I don't want to be in no bind. I don't want it to give me no problems. I want it to pull me on out. I believe in spending the money to take care of my, me and my passenger and get us out of there safely. And so we'll be getting a winch. But back to the MotoClaw tire. The side lugs on the car, on the tire, man, they're amazing. They're amazing. The tire works great in 90% of what you can get into. Like I said, if you're into rock crawling or you're into deep mud riding or whatever, it's not. They make purpose tires for that kind of thing. So buy the purpose tire, okay? If you want a general purpose tire that's going to get you from A to B, I think it's 8-ply rated. It wears really good. It's not unpredictable at speed. I've had the car 80 plus mile an hour, and the car didn't feel like it was darty or unpredictable at all. Okay, I felt very comfortable. The car rode very well, and on the dirt. And I'll be honest with you now, when I drive this car, I get in it. I got the car set up to do like rally car racing type. That's the way I want to drive it, like a rally car or a trophy truck or something like that, and the tire has worked very well. It sidetracks really good. It got good forward bite. It just does everything pretty damn good, unless you're in deep mud or rock crawling, and if you're doing that kind of riding and that's what you do 90% of the time, then more likely you got a purpose-built tire for that type of riding anyway. So I think that the EFX MotoClaw tire is an excellent general purpose tire, and I'll just show it to you right here. I'll come right here and I'll show it to you. That's the tread pattern right there on it. The lugs are roughly 1 inch tall. It does have a wraparound lug pattern on it, which I think is really good. And I give you just a good idea of the wheel and everything that I put on here. The wheel looks really good on it. I mounted the wheels up about maybe 4 or 5 days ago, maybe. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll go around here to the back of the car and I'll show you how much room I have against my trailing arm. You see how much room I got right there on that trailing arm? I mean, that's a lot of room there now. I had about a 1/2 inch before, okay? And the track of the car, you can see how the track of the car just looks so much better now, you know? I'm hoping you can see that. But anyway, just the car is just, I mean, it's been a pretty good car so far. The one thing I don't like about it is, I'll show you right here. Right here, this side bolsters on the seat here. That side bolster kind of digs in my leg a little bit. I ain't the smallest guy, but I ain't the biggest guy either, okay? But that side bolster, that right there, it kind of wants to dig into my leg a little bit. And at the end of the day, it can kind of be a little bit uncomfortable. The PRP seat belts I went with were 2-inch shoulder, okay, and 3-inch lap. It's a 3-inch lap belt, okay? The 3-inch lap belt. And like I said, the 2x3. And the people that I got them from were side-by-side stuff. And they sent me the wrong belts. When I got them, I waited about maybe 4 or 5 days for them. When they come in, they were the wrong belts. And I got on the phone, I called them. I was on a Friday morning. They come in, they got here, and I called and spoke to a young lady, and she said, Mr. Vaughn, I am really sorry that happened. I will take care of it. And I had the right belts the next day, Saturday morning by 10 o'clock. They were here, and I got them put in and everything. It didn't take, it took maybe an hour to put the belts in the car, but and they sent me a return slip and everything. I boxed them up, sent them right back to them. Didn't cost me nothing to return them. I didn't have to return my belts and wait for them to send me the new belts or them to get my belts back or anything. They send them, they turn right around, boom, just like that overnight. Sidebysidestuff.com. Thank you. With me, you got an A+ rating on customer service right now so far. I've bought from UTV Source. Bought my wheels from UTV Source, and I was able to get them cheaper through them than anybody. And I was kind of surprised about that because they're a little more expensive on most stuff. But they sent the wheels right out to me, and I was supposed to get them in like 7 days. And I think I ordered them on Wednesday or Thursday, and they were delivered to my house on Sunday. I was out riding at Busco Beach and got a text message from FedEx that they had delivered a package to my house. And when I got home, it was my wheels. I delivered them on Sunday. So that kind of blew my mind, you know what I mean? And I think I paid $200 a piece for them. And on average online, they're like $240 a piece. I mean, on the low side. I've seen them as high as like $260, $270 for the Vector D920s or Vector 920. Fuel Vector 920, I believe, they're the beadlock wheel. Not simulated, full beadlock. And but I like them, man. I like the wheels. They mounted up easy. They work. They done well, and they look good on the car. You know what I mean? But just some things that I've done so far, man, are my door handles, which I think if you're in a Can-Am, you kind of sit back like you're in a sports car, okay? You're sitting back kind of like you're sitting in a sports car. It reminds me of sitting in my son's Camaro. He has a 2011 Camaro, and when I get in and out of that car, I feel like I'm in that same kind of seating position. You got to have that handle. And let me move this again. I swear I hate to keep moving around on you guys, but right now, this right here handle, right here, this is money well spent right here. I think I paid maybe I don't even remember what I paid for them really, but they're aluminum. They're not the strap kind. And they bolt right up to these two screws right here. And they ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's made in there. And until I get a cage, it's gonna work good for me. I got the gas shocks on the doors, the PRP seat belts, the seismic mirrors with breakaway. And I love the seismic mirrors there. The seismic mirrors they're A plus all day long. Got the Can-Am roof. Got the rough country light bar. So you can see that. It's a 40-inch curved. I can go above it, you can see the curvature on it, I guess. And we done the Fox tune on the suspension, and it works great. So I think maybe my dad just showed up on his golf cart. Here comes my dad. So I'm making a video, Dad. So but anyway, we done the Fox tune on the suspension, and I will tell you this, I rode it one time without the Fox tune. And I had some friends come over the very next week, and we done the Fox tune. We downloaded everything offline and done it all, and it made a world of difference. Now, with that said, do I want to do even more to the suspension? Of course I do. I fully intend on doing some shock therapy, springs. If I don't send the whole shock out to shock therapy and let them just revalve and everything and put the springs on and send them back to me and let me mount them back on the car. But so far we've done several different things on the car: the roof, the light bar, the wheels, the tires, the lower doors, the gas shocks on the doors, the handles. All of this is stuff I really think needs to be done right out of the gate, guys. This is necessity stuff. But there's my car. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. Stay with us. Continue to hit that like and subscribe button, man, and hit that subscription button, and hit that notification bell. That way, when we do new videos, you'll be the first one to get in on the action. And I hope this was a good video, good knowledgeable video for you guys. But that's just our an overview of my car from now. I mean, for now, there will be more stuff coming. So stay tuned, guys. We do appreciate everything. Like and subscribe. And thanks for watching on my first video.